We are going to discuss about the centrifugal tension in the belts. If the speed of the belt is less than 10 meter per second, then the centrifugal tension induced in the belt is very small, so we can neglect that centrifugal tension. But if the speed of the belt is greater than 10 meter per second, then the centrifugal tension induced in the belt is considerable. So if you take that effect of centrifugal tension in our analysis, we will see what happens to the equation. Now let us consider capital R be the radius of the pulley, and because of the rotation of the pulley, the centrifugal force is developed which is away from the center. Fc be the centrifugal force which is always acting away from the center. Because of this centrifugal force, some centrifugal tensions are developed in the belt. Now let us consider Tc be the centrifugal tensions which is acting at a tangential direction to the pulley, and AB be the small elemental length of the belt which makes an angle d theta with the center of the pulley. If this becomes d theta, half part d theta by 2 and d theta by 2. If this part is d theta by 2, obviously this is also d theta by 2. Now let us consider R be the radius of the pulley and Fc is equals to centrifugal force. And because of this centrifugal force, Tc is the centrifugal tension which is induced in the belt. Let us consider V be the velocity of the belt in meter per second and M be the mass of the belt per unit length. If you draw the free body diagram for this pulley, it will looks like this. Now Fc is acting away from the center, and this Tc and Tc, this Tc and this Tc, which makes an angle of d theta by 2 with the center. So write the equilibrium equations, means Tc into sine d theta by 2 plus Tc into sine d theta by 2 is equals to Fc. But we know that Fc is equals to mv square by r, where m is equals to mass of the belt per unit length into length of elemental belt. But we don't know this length of elemental belt. Length of elemental belt means AB be the length of the elemental belt, means R into d theta. So R into d theta, if you multiply it with the mass per unit length, you will get the total mass of the belt, means capital M is equals to small m into R into d theta. Now substitute this capital M value in Fc and write the final equation. Now 2 Tc into sine d theta by 2 is equals to mr d theta v square by r. As the sine d theta by 2 is very small, you can write it as d theta by 2. Now cancel d theta and d theta on both sides, you will get Tc is equals to mv square newtons. Because of this centrifugal tension developed in the belt, the tensions on the tight side and the slack side gets increases. Let us consider Tt1 be the tension or the total tension on the tight side, and Tt2 be the total tension on the slack side. So that is equals to T1 plus Tc and T2 plus Tc. If you write the power equation, P is equals to Tt1 minus Tt2 into velocity of the belt, means T1 plus Tc minus T2 minus Tc into V. Tc could cancel. Final equation is T1 minus T2 into V. From this power equation, we can conclude that centrifugal tension has no effect on the power transmitted.